Hello and good day. Welcome to the Super Good Camping Podcast. My name is Pamela.
I'm Tim.
And we are from supergoodcamping.com. We're on a mission to inspire other people to get outside and enjoy camping adventures such as we have as a family. Welcome to Season 3, Episode 1. It seems like longer than 3 seasons.
Yeah, I think November will be 5 years.
Yeah, so anyways, we didn't really divide up the seasons the first time.
Well, I was new.
So was I.
That never occurred to me.
Nobody taught me what to do.
There you go. So we thought we'd just sort of catch up with what we've been doing while we've been not putting out podcasts, and a bit of our plan for the future. And we're going to do a bit of a review on our bear vaults, our food storage. So yeah. We didn't do a lot this summer. Not in a camping sense. Thomas and I were supposed to do a loop around the Barron Canyon in Algonquin Park. Well, we were supposed to do it last year as well. I seem to think we ran into scheduling issues last year. The kid probably got busy and wasn't able to go or something. I can't remember now. This year, 2 days before he was even home. We were ready-ish. And 2 days before we were supposed to go, he came down with the flu. So I tried to rejig it, reschedule, everything, and there was no rejigging. We could just take the trip as it was, which means by the time he would be back on his feet, 3 or 4 days into the trip, and on his feet, he was pretty big bag of poo. So on his feet's a bit wishful thinking, but we would have had to have done, 15 or 16 or 17 hours worth of driving and paddling and portaging and setting up. And I'm just not into that kind of abuse. I mean, all thumbs up for all the folks that are out there adventuring, but not this guy. So that didn't play out. And we did do a 5 or 6 day. We were trying to get out to Philip Edward Island in Georgian Bay, just do a base camp sort of deal and meet up with some friends, them for a long weekend. We paddled about 20 minutes with a wicked side waves and 3/4 winds. That was right at the edge of certainly my paddling abilities.
And way over the edge of mine.
Yeah, Pamela was not having a particularly fun.
Out.
Yeah, and it was our first time with Dolly, our
rescue
fur
dog
baby.
Yeah.
So yeah, we literally paddled across to the first piece of land we could find and plunked ourselves down.
Get out.
That's it. We're done. The next time the wind was low enough to really actually get out and paddle, certainly again for our abilities, was the day we left. We were watching the wind and rain and whatnot for the entirety of it. And it's like, oh, tomorrow morning it's going to be, okay, we're leaving tomorrow morning. That's how that's going.
We have a window of an hour. That's it. Got to get out.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, when we drove up to Killarney, we ended up staying in Killarney Provincial Park just because they're predicting rain. So we thought, okay, well,
it did. It poured.
It did. So we camped overnight in Killarney Provincial Park, and then we decided to make our way over Thursday morning. And then Thursday morning was fine. We got it packed up and everything, and on its short drive over to where we were putting in. But by that time, the wind had picked up and then the waves were going, and yeah, it was way outside my ability. And then we got over there, and actually before we left Killarney Provincial Park, there was a severe weather warning coming for Friday, which was wind gusts up to 100 kilometers an hour. So that's what we got on Friday while we were there, was wind gusts up to 100 kilometers an hour. It rained every day except for the morning that we paddled out.
We got more sun from the time we got up on, what was that, Monday morning? On the Monday morning until we got home. More sun than we had in the previous 5 days or whatever. Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
Yeah, and it was windy almost every day. It was cold. Night times went down to about 7 degrees. And then daytimes were up to 12, 13 maybe. And because it was windy, it felt colder to me.
Yeah.
But the redeeming thing of the whole thing was on Saturday, friends joined us. And so that made it so much better to have Misery.
They actually showed up on Friday,
company.
But they couldn't. It was the wind was just flattening. Like for those of you who haven't seen my setups, I tend to do the tent and then over the tent do a tarp. Just, I don't feel a need for the, sun and rain to cook the tent and beat the crap out of it. which I had set up. And then Friday, it was getting so crazy that I took the tarp down and put it on some trees beside us upwind so that it would be a windbreak because it was flattening the tent. Not quite to the ground, but I was worried we were going to break some poles and stuff. So.
Well, and we were in a little tiny like circle of trees, and one of them was very dead looking, and I thought, okay, that one's going to be coming down.
Widowmaker, man. Yeah.
That one's coming down. It didn't, thankfully.
So yes, that couple came up and they stayed at Killarney Lodge, wasn't it? Yeah, Killarney Lodge with a bunch of 14-year-old hockey players that were up for a tournament.
Yes.
It's good fun there.
Yeah,
so they came out on Saturday. No, when did Alex and Jess, did they come out Sunday or did they both come out Saturday?
I think they both came out Saturday, but
they were later.
Jay and Sherry came early in the day,
right.
Yeah, and then Alex and Jess came later in the day. But yes, we were so happy to see other people.
Yeah, and it didn't stop the wind or the rain, but it did make it a lot more fun. Everybody has a great sense of humor. We all are that like-minded group of folks. So it was a ride. We had a blast. Nothing difficult. Make some food, drink a little bit of wine, and just clown around.
Yeah. So Jay and Sherry from Beauty of the Backcountry, and Alex and Jess from Tents and Timber. So
yeah,
shout out to them. And Alex and Jess were staying longer, and they got the beautiful weather.
They did.
Yes, lucky
poops. Although well deserved though, because it was Alex's birthday. So the day after we left.
Happy birthday, Alex.
There you go.
Yeah. So it was actually beautiful. So beautiful granite rock that we were camping on, some of that beautiful Muskoka pine, and then looking out over Georgian Bay was beautiful, except Georgian Bay
big waves.
Is not very calm very often, other than that window that we paddled out.
Well, it's a relatively huge body of water, so and lots of that Lake Huron wind business going on. So yeah, but I'm glad we went because it's different from what we normally do, and
Crown Land camping, and
it was gorgeous. Yeah, weird. Although it didn't cost us much less than front country camping because we had to buy a parking pass in order to park at the boat put in, because that's still part of Killarney Park or Killarney Provincial Park. So, but it was cool and just hanging with cool folks. I would do that again.
Yeah, we love them.
Yeah, there you go. And that's been it for our summer. We've got Thomas and I have another whitewater paddling course coming up, depending on when we air this, publish it. We're doing Palmer Fest with a paddler co-op up on the Madawaska. We're home for a week and a half, and then we're off to do a 3 or 4 day with Organic Boat Shop. And Thunderbox Diaries. Bill's going to be there as well on the Spanish River, which is why we've been taking whitewater courses. Although I suspect our water levels will be low enough that we could just, have no problem getting through them. But nonetheless, that's been a whitewater has been a thing this year, and I was terrified, and I'm glad we did it. So, there you go.
Yeah, our youngest and I did a little road trip, and we did a little whitewater rafting, which I felt considerably safer than paddling a canoe in Georgian Bay.
Bouncing off of rocks as opposed to wrapping it around a rock. And moving on, we're gonna. Sure. So we had Grant from Bear Vaults on an episode back in the spring, and
which was an excellent episode, by the way. Go back and listen to it.
Super, yeah. Like, really fun guy, really knows his business, really cares about the environment and in particular bears, but animals and stuff. Thomas and I do the majority of the backcountry camping. Pamela is, I think, just being nice to me and occasionally coming out for a bit. We have typically done a barrel of some type, and we do a barrel hang so that the bears can't get at our stuff. Quite a pain in the butt, and I hear stories about people, them learning to chew the rope at the bottom of the tree so that the bear will fall, and they get all that sort of
Sending the cubs out on the limb to go get them.
sending the cubs, which we've seen with raccoons. So anyhow, our friend Camper Christina, it has a bear vault, and I thought, that's interesting. So we went and we ran into a couple other people who said, yeah, no, should go check them out. So we did. We went and talked to Grant at
Hamilton.
Was it the Hamilton show?
I think so.
Okay. He agreed to be on the podcast. We really enjoyed it. I wanted to try a bear vault, so I ordered one. Grant was an absolute sweetheart. Sent us another one. So because that's two of their biggest ones is about how much food we need to pack for Thomas when we're doing an 8-day backcountry trip. He consumes a lot of calories. Anyhow, so those of you on YouTube, watching us on YouTube, this is their largest bear vault, which I want to say is 3 gallons. I'm trying to think what that works out to. It's about 12-ish liters, something like that, I think
so.
I want to say they're about gallons, about 4 liters. Go back and listen to the episode because I'm going to get a whole bunch of things wrong here. But it's a polycarbonate, so theoretically smash proof, break proof. It's designed with the diameter and the curvature so that it doesn't work for a bear's mouth.
Can't get out around.
Yep. Yeah. And then it has, again, those of you watching on camera, I don't know if you can see, there's a tab on the side here, and then there's two matching stoppers, I guess, that when you come around on that first thread, they hit up against it, so even if the bear could figure out how to do 2 paws and turn try to unscrew the lid, it can't because they hit. And it turns it into the cough syrup or medicine, childproof, which is actually Tim-proof because so I always have so much trouble with those. But same idea. So wonderful. On the trip, review wise, I would say we can't give it a fair review because we didn't have any bears, which I'm okay with.
Maybe that's because we had bear vaults and they
went, oh, those darn things again.
Not even going to try.
I don't know. But they certainly pack. We pack more than enough for us. They pack small, so it's nice to be able to break up the weight as opposed to one pack with all of that weight.
Yeah, I could carry one under each arm.
Yep,
easily.
And then easier at night. You don't have to go stumbling around with your flashlight on looking for where did I put that hanging for my barrel. We just walked a ways away and put them at the base of a tree. Easy peasy. The only thing I would say, I'm not even sure downside, because if I'd been paying attention, I could have just moved it. I was not very bright and it's clear, and I left it in the sun, and Pamela brought little bits of chocolate to snack on. So she had gooey chocolate at one point from the whole magnifying glass effect of the sun. But I could have just put it in the shade and it would have been fine. Otherwise, all good, man. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty impressed. I'm looking forward to taking it more hardcore backcountry and see how that plays out. I've also just throwing it out there. I've also heard people say that they took it and they tied a rope around it to a tree. That tied it to a tree so that a bear can't just swat it and watch it roll away.
So ours were perched kind of on top of a granite rock. And I thought, well,
there is
all
a
it takes
downhill.
is,
Yes. Yeah.
something tries to get into it and it's going to roll down into Georgian Bay.
But again, I'm not very bright. Although it would float, I think. It didn't feel like it was heavy enough. As long as the lid was screwed in tight enough, I think it would float at least for a while. And that is it for us today.
I think that's it for us for today. Upcoming, did you want to mention some of what we've got?
Oh, we have some cool guests.
Always.
I actually had a note. You know what? If you guys have any ideas for things you'd like to hear, shoot us an email. Make a comment on the YouTube video. Throw a thing in on Spotify or Apple.
Questions, comments.
Yeah, anything.
Episodes you'd like to hear, anything.
I know some of the things I'm planning to get into is because we haven't really done anything about camping and conservation areas here in Ontario. So we're going to talk about that. Some invasive species, plants, what have you, and how to deal with them, how to remove them. I read a very painful article on boating death stats. So that'll be a thing that comes up. And I'm hoping to get some questions together for Ontario Parks and follow up. I lost the thread about a year ago trying to get them on to Habitat, because I think I would like to pick their brains about some stuff. Just because as much as I camp in Ontario Parks, I absolutely don't know everything. So, yeah.
All right. That's it for us for today. Thank you so much for listening. Please do tune in again. And if you would like to reach out to us, you know that we are always available anytime at hi@supergoodcamping.com. That's hi@supergoodcamping.com. And we're on all the social media. Like, share, comment, and let us know what you think. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye.
Bye.